All right, now we're going to begin to wash our hands. You want to select a scrub sponge. And I would recommend go ahead and open this before you get your hands wet. This metal can actually cut you like a paper cut. So I just opened mine, leaving it set in the wrapper on the sink, and then go ahead and wet your hands. There's a small blue pick that comes in the package that is used to clean out from under your nails. Shorter nails, it's probably okay to use the little flat side, but there's one that looks like a little spoon, and that was usually pretty good for long nails. What you're going to do is you're going to get the water running over your nails and clean out from each one. When you're done with that, go ahead and throw this in the trash. You don't want to touch any of your dirty, contaminated items once your hands are clean. Then you're going to pick up your scrub sponge, pull it out of the wrapper completely, and go ahead and throw your wrapper away. That way, again, not touching anything contaminated with clean hands. So while scrubbing, I go ahead and get my brush with a little bit of water, squeeze it and get it nice and foamy. That'll clean your whole hands. So you can either use the scrubby side or the regular sponge side. Either is okay. I usually prefer the little scrubby side. And I'm going to start by cleaning all 10 fingertips. After I've completed my fingertips, I'm going to clean all 4 surfaces of all my fingers. You just start from one side and work your way around. Circular scrubbing motions. Once you're complete with all 10 fingers, you're going to do the fronts and backs and sides of your palms on both sides. Now we're going to do from the wrist all the way to our elbow. We want to make sure we get as clean as possible. Start in circular motions in the wrist area and work your way around, kind of like a bracelet. Once you go down, you don't want to go back up and get into the clean area again. So work your way all the way down this arm to the elbow, and then you're going to switch and scrub the other side. Throw that away. Now it's time to rinse. While rinsing, you want to keep your hands and fingers upright. You want your soap and water to drip off your elbows, not off of your wrist or your fingertips. Important things to remember: we don't want to scrub our hands together. We don't want to touch the faucet or anything else with our hands once we get them clean. Now I have to keep this one up as I rinse this one. So next is drying. You're going to want to use 1 paper towel per hand. So I'm going to start with my right hand. You're going to kind of pat dry your fingers, each individually. Then the backs and fronts of your palm. And then just like you scrubbed, you're going to do circular motions and patting all the way down to your elbow. Once you're done with the right hand, you're going to throw away the paper towel and get a fresh one for the left. So same thing, dry each and every finger, front and back of your palms, and make your way down the arm. Now is the hard part. You have to finish garbing with your gloves and hand sanitizer and gown without touching anybody else around you or anything in the area. So the first thing we're going to want to do is go put on our gown. There are many different types of gowns, some button in the front, some are open in the back. So whatever your institution might use, you just want to make sure that if you do have a button front, that you have it buttoned all the way in the front covered. Once you have it on, you're going to want to tie it around the back so it doesn't droop down in the front and expose your chest. We always wear scrubs because they're low shedding clothing, but this gown even protects our IVs even more because it should not shed at all. So that's why we're going to put that on. Then we're going to hand sanitize our hands. This is the only time you'll use anything besides 70% sterile alcohol on your hands when cleaning. So you're going to quick pump and scrub your hands together. And now you're ready to put on gloves. We will show you both regular gloves now, and later we'll make a video on how to put on sterile gloves. It's always good to make sure your hands dry completely. It is very difficult to get on gloves with wet hands. And you always want to choose gloves that fit pretty tight. You don't want a lot of extra on the fingertips or you'll lose dexterity when compounding, and that can lead to poking yourself with a needle or contamination of your product.